Hey guys, so in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about its recent decline and how I started to predict this back in about May 2021. And I'm just going to give you kind of an update on where my prediction is, what the analysis that I've used to do that. And also I'm going to start off by just doing a bit of a comparison to some other things, such as the Dow Jones, which is the US 30. And what the reason I'm doing it is because there's a lot of kind of negative press out there about crypto, and it's crashing, it's crashing. The reality is that as an outsider looking into crypto, you just see all this bad press about it. You just see, oh, Bitcoin's crashing, crypto's crashing. Something went wrong over here. There was a hack over here. Yes, it happens, but what they don't show you is that if you are somebody who's educated in this and you can really understand this, then I've been predicting this move for a year and expecting that this price will drop, to these kind of levels. So whilst it looks bad on paper, and it is bad on paper, and there's a lot of people being caught up in that, um, we were warning our members of getting involved with particularly the top performing currencies to say they've been on a massive, massive bull run, and at some point there has to be quite a heavy correction, and you should be mindful of that. If you're investing into these main cryptos, take profits as we go. But as we started to see, particularly 2022, it's really failed to show any kind of support, and it really is showing signs of the bear market. And we've now got to play this out, and this is where you can start to potentially accumulate, and this applies to whether it's with stocks or current different cryptocurrencies or whatever it might be. This is like your buying opportunities are coming up, right? Because what you don't want to be doing is buying when prices are at an extreme and overpriced. So let me just jump into this quickly then. So on the right, I've got Bitcoin, and on the left is the Dow Jones, right? And the reason I'm showing you this is I just want to show you the lowest point on the Dow Jones that we can see here is October 2020. And we can use a Fibonacci retracement tool, right? And all this does is it just shows us this was the lowest point, this is the highest point. So how far since it reached the high has it now retraced back from where the move started? So we'd fallen almost a 70% retracement on the Dow Jones, right, from when it reached its high. So it's been falling, and it's still showing signs of weakness until it shows us anything different. Bitcoin, on the other hand, started its bull run a little bit earlier. So the lowest point we can see is March 2020, and the highest point's all the way up here. And what this is showing us is we've retraced about 79% of that move. So it has retraced more than the Dow Jones, but it's very, very similar in terms of its movement, right? And there's a number of reasons to this. You can also look at the fundamentals in terms of the war that's happening, the massive effects of after effects of the coronavirus and the pandemic, and businesses closing and all that kind of stuff. It didn't take much to kind of think about what's happened and how that might impact certain things, such as what we're looking at right now. And these declines this is how I was anticipating these moves. And like I said, when you see these massive bull runs like this, then at some point something has to come back down. It can't just keep continuing to climb, right? So that's just my comparison there to show you that Bitcoin's not alone in terms of its price dropping, and all other cryptocurrencies tend to follow Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin's kind of like the main one. Has the largest market cap, and like I said, everything else tends to follow suit there. So this isn't a surprise, right? And this is what I want to show you is if we come to Bitcoin here, I'm just going to hide my drawings for now, and I'm going to show you something that I posted, right? So I don't post a lot on TradingView, right? And the only things I've posted 3 things so far. The 18th of May 2021, I posted that I thought Bitcoin was going to drop. And if we click onto this, you can see the analysis I did. You can see The date and timestamp, I haven't changed anything here. I can't change it once it's published. And I was predicting this kind of movement. And if I press the bar forward, it loads up what's actually happened so far. So I got this wrong. And what happened was it dropped. It then started to push up and drop back down. And I thought that this might have continued to then do what I said, but what it did was it went for another push to the high and made new highs after that. So that's when I decided around February time that I would start to review my original analysis, just update it a little bit with where I thought the market might then go. But what you've got to understand is this is around May time, and I'm anticipating that this could drop. Even though price continued on higher, I still was expecting that this couldn't continue and it wasn't sustainable to keep going in this direction. So let me show you the more up-to-date one then. So I posted this on the 2nd of February 2022, and you can see that here. And in May 2021, I published a review that Bitcoin could retrace to around 11 to 16k, and this was my analysis. And this shows you where we were when I posted this. So it's right here at this level, and this is what I thought it would do: push up, come down, push up, come down, and so on. And if we just play that on, you will see that that's exactly what happened. It came up, came down, came back up, and then it's dropped back off. I expected it to hold around this level a bit better than what it did, and I expected some kind of little retest to the top here before it then fell to these levels. But you can see that it did try to hold in and around the area that I had marked. It stayed here for a couple of weeks, then it fell through, and you can see that again it's holding kind of around this level, and it's just fallen short of this bottom level that I had marked up at around the 16k mark. Now remember, on my original analysis, you can just see down the bottom, I did have this going anywhere between about 11 and 16k, so I do think price could still reach those levels, but we will see how it plays out. There's obviously a lot going on in the world right now. It's difficult to predict it, but the whole point to this is that, like I said at the beginning, if you take the time to educate yourself, then you should be anticipating these kind of moves in the markets, and it will stop you getting involved in things that you don't want to be involved in until they kind of sort themselves out. And like we said, we were involved in this way back when a lot of our members were riding this very nice, bull run, and caught them twice. But equally, they started to get warning signs from us in and around these areas, and particularly around May when I was telling them, be careful. Even when this was happening, I still was saying be careful. And like I said, this is just showing you, Bitcoin could have gone anywhere at this point, but just by paying attention to what's happening, I was able to anticipate that this is potentially where the market is going. So, like I said, I just wanted to do this so that you can see that, don't kind of just look at everything you see in the media and think, oh, this is a really bad thing, because actually there's a lot of people out there that's been predicting this for a really long time. And I won't go into the more reasons kind of how I was picking these levels out, why I was also thinking that we could sit around here, but I just wanted to give you kind of a really high level overview to show you that we can anticipate these kind of moves. If you're interested in learning any more about how I was picking some of these levels out actually in terms of support and resistance kind of areas, levels of interest, then I did do a video just the other day on our YouTube channel, so please do feel free to go and check that out.